Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is a bit interesting because people have their own perspectives and they have their different beliefs and all that. But today I'll be covering this topic based on my own beliefs and how I manage my own stress and all that. And let's see if we share the same beliefs with some of you, or if my beliefs are gonna help somebody. I hope they help somebody. Well, today I'll be talking about how to manage stress or anxiety. There are different factors leading to stress or anxiety or depression. Uh, and there are different ways of which one can use to tackle different types of stresses. Yeah. So, well, for me personally, uh, when I am stressed, literally everyone heals differently, and for me personally, I do not like dwelling so much into an issue, and let it be understood that there are some circumstances whereby I have dwelled in for so long. I have been depressed and all that, but these are special circumstances, and most probably I'll talk about them in my future videos. But today I will be talking about the stresses that are common and all that. Yeah. So, well, personally, I don't like dwelling so much into stuff, like into an issue, trying to analyze why it happened and all that and all that. I'm a big believer of everything happens as to what God wills. So, literally, I don't dwell much into stuff. But even though everything happens as per God's will, but how do we handle the situation when it happens? Yeah, so that part is what I'm going to discuss. Well, I think for me, I'm that type of person who like to distract an issue, in the sense that, when I am sad or when something has happened to me that is of grave pain and all that, I usually try to not dwell so much into it. I try to look for something to concentrate on, other things, as I heal, you know, not literally ignoring the issue, but I try not to give it much of my attention. Well, I think that everyone is brought up differently, and everyone has a different experience and all that. But for me, it started in campus. Anyways, I think lower level or lower primary and high school and all that. Those, I mean, like, people are still growing. You still have not like you've not come to understand yourself well. Everything that you're doing, you're just doing most probably because you want to please your parents, or you're doing because of society and all that, because of cultural beliefs, religion and all that. You just here and there. But when you're in campus, that's when you try to truly understand who you are and what you stand for, so when I was in campus, we had this thing with my roommate, who used to be my still my best friend and all that. So we used to be like to be into this thing whereby, after exams, or when we accomplish a certain goal, then we usually, like congratulate ourselves. So every time after tackling a hard exam and all that, we just go to a restaurant, McDonald's or wherever, we just have a meal, or we buy a meal, and then we come home, even and feast on it. So for campus, we used to to be among those students who would face hardship in campus because our parents were struggling with finances and all that. So literally, uh, we would ignore all these tempting factors, like eating fast foods and all that. We just try to be disciplined, to budget well, so that at least the cash can see get us through the month and all that. But we used to save some cash or purposely for this occasion, like after exams or something like that. Then we would just go and and congratulate ourselves. So it started from there. And as I was growing up and all that, so every time, like anything of grave that happens to me and all that, maybe a disappointment or something, I'm that type of person who would do something nice in order to feel good and unleash the painful, scenario and all that. So if maybe someone pissed me off, or if I had a broken relationship or something like that, then I would just go buy myself something nice, and then yeah, something nice that I've always been admiring, but I could not afford, or I thought maybe it was more of an extravagant and all that. But when I am grieving, then I would just take cash and go and buy that thing, and I would be so focused into that thing. In fact, at times I would just be pissed off with myself, like, oh, why did I even waste cash to buy this thing? So my focus literally, deviates from that other issue to this one. So I'll be like, oh, but anyways, it's nice and all that. Sometimes you have to spoil yourselves and all that. So literally, what I'm trying to say is, when you're going through something stressful, or something of a grave magnitude and all that, then you don't really have to dwell into it, because the more you dwell into it, the more pain you feel, the more depressed you become, the more sad you become and all that. Simply what you can do is just try, as you are healing from that, you can just deviate your attention to something nice and all that. For me, like if it's something of a grave magnitude, then I would simply like try to better myself, like so to say, upgrade myself from what I were, or from who I were yesterday, to what I want to be in future. So I've had circumstances whereby, for instance, when I lost my job, I was like all down and all that. But I was like, I couldn't pull myself up. I was so grieving and all that. It was so hard for me to come into terms that I lost that job, because I really loved it, and I gave it all I could and all that. And then, pap, just like that, you just come to understand that you're one of those people who have lost their job. So it took me time, not so long, but I came up with this idea, as I am looking for a job, let me just, upgrade my studies, upgrade my career and all that. So I joined a university, and I did my first master. As I was waiting to get another job, and all that, I did my second master's degree. And I'm proud of that, and that's how I got rid of those sad emotions, those depressive emotions and all that. I tried, because sometimes when you focus so much into something, then you end up, doing things that are unexpected of you, or you end up, misbehaving or something like that, or you lose your mind. Such things can make someone lose their mind. So I stay focused and I achieve. So when I achieve something, I usually feel proud, and I forget about those issues that has happened and all that. Now my goals are like, my focus is on achieving something else and all that. Yeah, so that's how I do it. I don't know how you guys do it. You can comment below if anything. Kindly subscribe if you have not done so. Thank you so much for tuning in.